Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Arizona Dreams. Today I'm joined with Mrs. Arizona Dreams, and we're going to talk about snowbirds. Just like Florida, Arizona, Phoenix and Tucson specifically are huge for snowbird targets. We have a large population, and you can definitely tell because the traffic picks up, and just the population in general, and things are changing. You know that come November, sometimes as early as October, but really November, that's when you really start to see the big hit of the snowbirds come to Phoenix Valley.
I think snowbirding is pretty simple. I think it's a bunch of usually older retired people who just want to get away from the cold in the winter. I think that's pretty much. Ooh, shoot! Ooh, shoot!
That was not a bee.
I don't know what that was.
That was a cicada. You can see him up in the tree.
Excuse me for the interruption.
That needs to stay. We do have our hazards.
Okay, all right.
I think it was about that big though.
That was huge. But let's talk about why snowbirds get so much hate. Like, when I'm on Facebook or in a group or looking at one of the Arizona pages, this time of year, you'll be like, wait, we don't get the change of leaves. We get the change in color of license plates. And then you see all these people are like, ugh, I hate snowbirds. Stay away. Don't come here. What is it about snowbirds that gives people such a bad feeling?
Yeah, I think it's maybe wrongfully placed blame. Like I said, you can tell. I can tell you. My morning commutes change dramatically when school starts, and then the next uptick that you see in traffic is the snowbirds. And I told you, you can literally see in the traffic when the snowbirds really have fully arrived because traffic changes dramatically. I think that the reason that you hear a lot of people say we get the color change in the license plates is because a lot of the snowbirds are not used to the traffic that is here in the valley. I don't care how good of a driver you are, when you change your environment, there are things that you're not used to. You're not used to the way that the traffic flows. You're not used to the way of the attitude of the drivers.
A lot of
people
will say it's because they're old and they're slow and they just
and
do
like I said,
things.
I think that's the part that I think is wrongful blame.
Yeah, because let's be real, it's not like when the snowbirds go away that all of a sudden people are driving really well and you feel safe, and we get crazy drivers all year long. I don't blame that all on snowbirds. Do I think that older drivers sometimes have a slower reflexes, or maybe they don't go as fast, and sometimes they're in the HOV lane and they're going 50? Yeah, I agree with some of that, but I don't think that when they leave that all of a sudden it's a paradise when it comes to
Totally
driving. Do you know how much the population swells when snowbirds leave?
No, I don't have a number for that, but if I had to guess, it would be at least 10%.
Have you found that how long does your commute seem to change? How much is added this time of year when they start coming?
So when you add in the snowbirds, you can add another 10 to 15 minutes because traffic seems to slow down. And I don't know that it's because they're slow drivers. I think there's just more
traffic, yeah. So you're not like driving in the morning and come November through May and like, dang, snowbirds when you get, 25
No, I'm sure there is
minutes.
some expletives deleted, but it's not because of, I don't look to it as a snowbird. I look to it as that silly driver just did something really dumb.
I've seen people complain about they can't get into their doctors because snowbirds book months in advance, and all the old people are just going to the doctors and they can't get in anymore.
Yeah.
You don't go to the doctor.
I was going to say, you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, so for me, when I do go to the doctor, if I've had to wait a few weeks, I usually don't even think about, it's probably the snowbirds doing it. And is it really that deep? If I'm going when I should, it's once a year. When you get older, you're more likely to keep your doctor's appointments because you want to make sure you're in good health, or you may not be in good health. And what are they supposed to do when they're here for 6 months? Not go to the doctor and just die and
Yeah,
wither
no,
away.
and
This
I
will
didn't-
probably not be a very popular video because so many people hate snowbirds that they're gonna be like,
Yeah, well,
why are
you know,
you
but it's a
defending
good
them?
topic of discussion.
Yeah, that may be accurate that you have a longer wait at the doctor, but again, what do you want them to do?
Right,
Not
yeah.
go to the doctor. So I sort of agree with that, but again, I'm not gonna blame the snowbirds for that.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, the other things that get blamed for, and this one I will agree with. You have longer waits when you go to restaurants. or
I
you
was
go
going
to
to
a
say, are you
movie
going to bring up
theater.
restaurants?
Yeah, it's a and the
Movie
thing
theaters
is,
not so much because you can book online.
yeah, but the thing is, every year I'm just like confused by it, and he has to remind me what the problem is, because we'll, you know, up until November we can go in at 4:30, 5 o'clock to a restaurant and just get seated, and then all of a sudden one day we go in and the restaurant is crowded and they're telling us it's going to be an hour wait, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's
on our usual
consistently-
day. Like, we have some
Yeah.
spots that we go to pretty regularly, and it's funny because in the off season, if she said 4:30 or 5 o'clock,
because we have kids.
We
so
have
we're
kids.
like older people.
so we want to
yeah.
get them in, get them fed. You will see if we get in there late with our kids, we're gonna have a little bit of a wait,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's dramatic, especially on the weekends. But to her point, and it's funny. It makes me chuckle because she'll look at me like, "What's going on?"
I get amnesia.
And I'm like, it's November 15th. You know, we've got a few more
Snowbirds.
people here than we normally do.
It does increase your wait time when you go out for entertainment.
And you do grump about that a little
I
bit.
do grump about it, but I move on with my life, and it's not really them in particular. It's just I don't want to wait. I don't want to have to go to another restaurant. I don't want to have to. Yeah, it's just really about just the crowdedness in general. And I will say, I don't have like real anger towards them when they're here for that reason, but I'm not sad when they go. I'm not sad when they go, because it does give me the ability to know I can go somewhere and just get in like that. It does make me a little happier when I can just like drive around and it's not as much traffic. So I will say that I don't shed any tears when they go, but when they're here, I feel like let them live. Like they deserve to go out to eat and go to the movies or to the theater and bowling or whatever it is. I'm not going to deny someone that pleasure. Does it annoy me when I get inconvenienced? Yeah, but I'm not blaming a whole group of people. It's just, oh shoot, that restaurant was too crowded.
Well, it is what it is. You get a flux of population, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Think of it as your grandma or grandpa, me, mom,
just think of it as
papa.
you.
Yeah, like, would you want to be treated, as something that people are like, go away, don't come here? Because as transplants, we kind of get some of that same hate too. So I'm like, how am I going to hate another group when other people are telling us to go away because we're causing congestion and this and that? And frankly, I would be such a hypocrite if I was really truly hating on snowbirds, because I envy them. I would love to be what would we call ourselves? Heat bird?
No, that was the one that I was
don't
going
know
to
what-
segue to. It's
Yeah.
a reverse snowbird.
Yeah, I would love to do what they're doing. Like, you have the best weather year round. Where it gets crappy in one place, you go to another place. When that weather gets crappy, you come home. Who wouldn't want to live that? Who wouldn't want to have that? So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and hate on people that I think are just rocking it. And like your aunt and uncle, they go to Michigan when the winter's over and they get to spend spring and summer, and then when it starts getting cold, they go to Florida.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, they
love
literally
it.
duck out after Christmas.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gone. We're out of here. And they only stay for Christmas because they've got children and
Yeah.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure they would be gone probably the 1st of October.
And they spend money here, so they are good for the economy. It's not like they don't have any. There's no benefits to
Yeah.
us. They spend a lot of money.
You will see a lot of the tourist destinations. So if you go up to the Grand Canyon, or if you go down to the church down in Tucson that's got a big draw, or if you go to Sedona or any of the other places, you will see during snowbird times, there's a lot more snowbirds gathering around for these. Well, yeah, duh, we're here. We want to see the state. We don't just want to sit in the valley. We want to get out and do things and enjoy life.
Yeah,
Power to
they're
them.
active. They're out there. They're having a good time. So more power to you. I mean, I know that's not a popular opinion.
Here, we don't have that winter blues thing. Instead, we have the summer heat, right? what they're doing is they're going up north. They're going up above the rim. They're going up to Flagstaff. They're going up to the canyon.
And I tell you, whether I'm a snowbird or a heat bird or whatever it is, I would go and wouldn't care what people thought.
Right. And I don't think
wouldn't.
they care either. And I think for us, that's something that we've talked about. We've talked about possibly getting property back in our home area where we came from, and what is the feasibility of that. We've talked about going up north and maybe getting something around Flagstaff or Prescott, or we have kids, so we can't go and take a month.
Well, one day we will be when
But
we're retired.
when we're retired,
Yeah.
we would like to be able to say, you know what, it's too hot.
And I'm gonna break with majority of people and say they should be coming in like a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, snowbirds. I hope you have a good time. Hope you enjoy
our community. And if you're watching, let us know that you're coming. We are excited to have you.
So tell us in the comments what you think about snowbirds. Please be nice. I don't want a bunch of
No hate.
hating on snowbirds, and why you like them, why you don't, if you want to be one, and if you are one.
Merchandise is out. Check out Teespring for that. If you haven't been paying attention, Mr. Arizona Dreams does weddings. If you're in the valley, let me know if you're looking for an officiant. Otherwise, subscribe, share, like, comments down below.
Perfect.